Comic Army, my name is Chris the Comic Vet. Hope this video finds you safe and well. Recently I was challenged by I Have Comic Issues to show the top 5 X-Men books in my collection. Well, I've been thinking about it for a while. Do I want to show some sexy covers from the last 5, 10, 15 years? Or do I want to dig deep into my own PC to find some books that I was reading when I was a kid from the early 80s? So I decided to dig deep into my PC and find some books, which happened to be the very first superhero team comic book I ever read. It was the Uncanny X-Men. Shortly thereafter was the Fantastic Four. But this is not about the Fantastic Four. This is about the X-Men. Now, this challenge has gone around a little bit. So I've seen some very sexy, grail-worthy, and expensive books. So what I've decided to do is just pinpoint a few books that I actually really enjoyed. So we're going to start there. This one is issue 143, and one of those very few issues that actually doesn't have the word Uncanny in the trade dress. This is 143 with a cover done by John Byrne that says, "Merry Christmas, X-Men," where you can see Kitty Pryde being attacked on Christmas Eve. So this one says, "Guess what came down the chimney?" Again, you can see Kitty Pryde somehow needing a flashlight in a room where the next room over is well lit. But hey, it's a cool cover, and it was actually a really fun story. Issue 143. Next is a book that I managed to keep in a remarkable good condition, even though I read it a couple times over. This is issue 150. Again, no Uncanny up here. This is a special double-sized 150th issue, X-Men versus Magneto. So you can see Cyclops and Magneto squaring off, and Storm, and what I'm presuming, again, is Kitty Pryde down in a little bit of trouble. Yeah. Issue 150. Up next is actually a little bit of a key. This is issue 158 of the Uncanny X-Men. This is the first time Rogue shows up in the X-Men comic books. She shows up as a villain and basically just wipes out the entire team. The way that most new villains do. They wipe out the entire team, and then an issue or two later, the villains just get messed up. But yeah, very important issue, because after 158, 171 came along, and that's where Rogue joins the Uncanny X-Men. So this is Uncanny X-Men 171. I have some notes on the back here. Rogue joins the X-Men, and it's also the first appearance of Magic's Soul Sword. Try saying that 3 times fast. So yeah, again, we have Storm, Kitty Pryde at this point known as Shadowcat, Colossus, and Nightcrawler, all going after Rogue, where it says, "Welcome to the X-Men, Rogue. Hope you survive the experience." Another key. And the last book I'm going to show is issue 195. Now, 195 was nothing that special. It wasn't tied to the Secret Wars 2 tie-ins. It does have a crossover. However, if you look closely, you'll see that somebody scribbled their name on this book. So 195 features Wolverine here smoking what I guess is a cigarette. As someone that smokes cigars, this here is not a cigar. It's barely even a cigarello. But as you can see, he's holding up a member of the Power Pack, about to mess them up. But this is actually signed by John Romita Jr. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's why I decided to show this particular issue. So yeah, this is X-Men 195. Okay, well, Comic Army, that's my top 5 when it comes to X-Men books. Like I said, I decided to go deep into my personal collection of books that I enjoyed as a kid, and those were some of those. Now, I do have, obviously, other X-Men books that I picked up that I consider grails, the first appearance of Alpha Flight, and so on and so on. But I decided to be just a little bit different. So it's at this point now I'm going to have to challenge 3 members of the comic community as well to see if they can come up with 5 X-Men titles for themselves. Let's go with Justin Birch Letters, one of the biggest X-Men fans I know. Old Man Collectibles, Eddie, also one of the biggest X-Men fans that I know. And third, certainly not least, let's go Remy Q Studios. Remy has very much an eclectic taste when it comes to comic books, and I'm thinking he's got at least 5 X-Men books in his collection. So thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. I hope you enjoyed those books as much as I enjoyed digging them out of my PC. Till we see you again, Comic Army, take care.